Hi everyone, this is audap. Let's continue our game of The Sinking City on Nintendo Switch. Quid pro quo, Robert Throgmorton wants me to find Professor Harriet Doe to do this. I must investigate and discover who attacked his expedition and kidnapped her. Who indeed? Okay. Yeah, I was trying to determine if I can get back in there. I don't think I can I?
The sea protects. The door won't budge.
Can I get in another way? Doesn't look like it. Oh, I think it's weird it doesn't let you back in. I don't think any of the other places close you off.
Please, help me out.
I'm not in the mood for chit-chat, Mr. Reed. I'm not in the mood for chit-chat, Mr. Reed.
No, really? Oh, okay. Did I not need to go here yet? Oh, I had to report to him first. Oh, I guess I have to report to the EOD leader first. So, fish market, closest is maybe here. There's not really a closest when you're talking about the fish market. Straight across. I'm not even sure why the boats are here. They don't really need to be here, other than giving the place a little bit more atmosphere.
Fish?
I've got news about your fish storage problem.
Oh, I'm all ears, Charlie.
It only looked like a robbery. Some guy broke into the storage to poison the fish. Near as I can tell, he succeeded, at least partially. I realize it's a lot to take on faith. Look, I've got a sample of what I think is the poison. Though I can't identify it yet.
Sea protect us. That's terrible. What kind of man would do such a thing, and why?
I don't know, but I aim to find out.
We need to stop distributing the fish. We have to let everyone know about this. Kay knows how many people might already be affected.
What should I do with the poisoner?
What do you want me to do with the poisoner once I find him?
I'd bring an end to him right there if I were you. The police and court are useless these days.
That wasn't the deal. I'm a detective, not a hitman.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Report to me when you find him. I'll see that the reward will be more than handsome, if you know what I mean.
I'll, see what I can do.
One thing still bothers me. The guard at the storage, Daryl. What was he doing at the time?
Oh, I'm supposed to cover for him, right?
Your guard was vigilant. He fought bravely, but the poisoner knocked him out. You ask me, he deserves a raise.
Good old dependable Daryl. I hope he's okay. I'll see he gets his due. Goodbye, Charlie.
Oh. Where's the university?
Now, refresh my memory. Where's the university here?
I know it very well. Here, give me your map and I'll show you.
You studied there?
You were a student there, I take it.
Yes, that's right. Earned my degree there a while ago. Are you surprised?
I just wasn't expecting to see a college graduate working here is all. I never had the opportunity myself. Could say I'm a bit jealous.
You'll find that here in Oakmont, a woman can achieve much more than on the mainland. Our university has always accepted women with open arms.
Bye.
See you later.
Okay, university time. It is there. Yeah, it's far away. I am glad there aren't any day and night cycles I have to deal with. I mean, it does get dark, but it doesn't turn to absolute night. Sort of skips that cycle. Which, again, I'm thankful for, because this game is already a lot to handle without having to worry about day and night.
Please help a fella out.
I mean, it's a huge city. I almost wish the city was a little smaller. But I'm sure it's this big because they wanted to account for maybe some DLC, which would happen in different parts of the city. So you need it kind of a little bit bigger. And I suppose that there's some atmosphere too, with it being foggy and mostly desolate and all the place in near ruins. So that does sort of help things along if you want to, you know, make it creepier. What the hell is this? Oh, have I been here before? I must have. Yep. See you later. Ain't in the fighting mood. Oh, I guess I could have went there. Oh well. Is there a boat I can take across the river? You know, if Silent Hill was still a thing, I wouldn't mind seeing this company take a thwack at Silent Hill. At this station in the game, it's mostly an experimental series anyway. Is this another infested area? Really? Yeah, great. Let's mush on. Try not to fight anything. Nice shirt. Well, such cheery people. Closed for maintenance.
Wendell sent you to deliver me the books, right?
No. You must have me confused with someone else.
Oh, excuse me. I'm just worried for the fate of these tomes. It's been a week without news from Wendell. Maybe you can help me. I'd reward you, of course.
What's the problem?
Why not? What can I do?
Oh, marvelous. Let's get acquainted then. Samuel Hopes, honorary member of Altera Par's book club.
Charles Reed, Private Eye.
Good. Listen, we're missing 3 rare books. One was taken for restoration while the other 2 were being studied. I asked Wendell to contact all parties, but he's gone quiet. Here's our records. Please, retrieve the tomes. They're so very valuable.
Tell me about the books.
Why are they so valuable?
They're the 3rd, 7th, and 9th tomes written by the humble servant. The collection of all 11 books is our most prized possession. The author's real name is a mystery, but we know that he was an Oakmonter for sure.
Got it.
Okay, I'm on it.
Bye. Alright, who else can I talk to since this place is closed?
Welcome to the University of Oakmont. How can I help you?
Tell me about this flask.
You recognize this bottle? You know where it comes from?
Sorry. We have hundreds of bottles like this in the university.
Fine. I need to know what's in it. Any suggestions?
You need an analysis. Well, I'm sure someone from the Department of Medicine can help there.
Need to find Professor Westerbrook.
I'm looking for Professor Westerbrook. You know where I can find him?
You're the one bringing him the specimen?
Specimen?
Never mind. He's in the Department of Medicine. Let me show you.
You have a good day.
Goodbye, sir.
I mean, you can definitely tell that the making those Sherlock Holmes games, it gave them a sort of a certain amount of pedigree when they decided to make a Cthulhu game where your character is a private detective.
Hello, sir. Welcome to Oakmont University Department of Medicine. I'm Samuel.
Charles Reed, private investigator. I have a few questions if you don't mind.
The flask.
You recognize this bottle? Maybe you could tell me what's inside.
That's one of our lab bottles. We have a lot of them. As for what's inside, I'd need to run some tests.
Could you do that for me?
These tests aren't cheap. And the other day I could get right to it, but we're, somewhat hindered right now.
What's up?
Our lab is crawling with, well, creatures. Professor Westerbrook's research is a little unconventional, and something went wrong. Really wrong.
I can solve that.
So, if I do a little pest control for you, you'll run those tests for me. For free?
Our budget is tight. You'd be helping the cause of science, Mr. Reed. Isn't that enough?
Oh, I guess science could help itself.
All right. Yes. You solve our problem, and I'll run the test for you. Off the books. Here's the key for the basement.
Weird around here. Besides all the other weird, the normal weird stuff that's around here. Okay, well, I can make some stuff. EOD is banned to all staff and students of the University of Oakmont. Henceforth, any mention of the Everyone's Obvious Duty organization, also known as EOD, its symbolics, current and or past members, as well as espousing their beliefs, is forbidden on university grounds on pain of dismissal and or expulsion. The administration has received numerous reports of EOD activity and outreach disguised as so-called charity work throughout our university and all over Oakmont. This dangerous activity has reached epidemic proportions and cannot be tolerated. Administration of the Board of Trustees. Okay, a little rivalry.
The door won't budge.
Oh, this door will be fine. Let's see, can it go beyond this thing? Oh, damn it. I wasn't watching my health. Damn you slimy creatures. Hold on a minute. Let's see, where did it save me? Going crazy. Okay. Fast little bugger. Lab is clear, huh? I very much doubt that.
What kind of person would even touch this? Not to mention dissect it.
Uh-oh. Ooh. Experiment log part 1, March 2nd. I finally received a living specimen. Sadly, it's only the smallest one. The grunts call it Mr. Handsome, but I think it needs a proper name. March 3rd. Was thinking about the name for the specimen all night. I began a series of experiments on the creature. So far, it has proven exceptionally resistant to all the poisonous substances at my disposal, as well as acid and electrocution. Its shrieking, though, is bound to haunt me. March 5th. Last night I had a vision. Thousands of hands wrapped around me as a blanket, and I heard the name inside my head. Stygian Harvester.
Some serious equipment they've got here. Oakmont University is clearly well funded.
Experiment log part 2, March 10th. With those pesky limitations removed, I can finally continue my experiments unhindered. I need to know more. The specimens remained alive even with half of the internal organs removed. It's fascinating. I'm on the verge of a breakthrough in biology as we know it. March 15th. I developed a way to reanimate their tissue, even in one that's been dead for weeks. This is monumental. The possibilities of it, the implications. Does this hint at something hidden, some trait present inside other creatures, or perhaps even ourselves? I will need to find volunteers.
I'm glad this thing is dead. Why do they even keep it here?
Doesn't do much for my sanity. Floor 2 offices, floor 1 reception, basement, laboratory. There's a floor 2. Oh,
The door won't budge.
can't get to it.
Your lab is certified creature-free.
Excellent, Mr. Reed. You've done us a great favor. Now we can get things up and running again.
So the professor's experiments.
Your lab was, interesting. Running experiments on those creatures. What's up with that?
Oh, they're fascinating, aren't they? Convincing evidence of new branches in the evolutionary tree. Can you blame us for taking an interest?
Maybe not. But so much dead flesh down there, that's going to attract scavengers. Didn't you think about that?
Yeah, well, no. We'll be more careful in the future. Your point's taken.
Your turn.
Okay. I've done my part. Here's the bottle. Now you run those tests.
Yes. Wait here. It shouldn't take long. We finished that analysis, sir. It's ricin.
Ricin?
A highly toxic poison extracted from castor beans. It's slow-acting, but absolutely fatal to humans.
Where do they come from?
So, where do you get ricin? This isn't something you can pick up from a drugstore.
About that. It is rare, but we have a certain amount of it here. For study, in our poison store. Or we did. I'm afraid that must be where it came from. The label had been tampered with, but it certainly looks like ours. Where did you find it?
Crime scene. Someone was trying to poison a bunch of fish with it.
This is horrible. I need to warn everyone in the university about this.
Who has access?
Who's got access to where the poison's stored?
Only Professor Westerbrook has the key. His office is upstairs, right alongside Professor Cavendish's. Professor Westerbrook's not here, though. He's been sick for the last few days. Professor Cavendish is away as well, on vacation.
Where do they live?
I'm not sure, but probably somewhere in Advent. Most of the teaching staff live there. Wait, you don't think it was one of them?
I'm working on that. Can you let me upstairs?
Well... all right. This is serious. I'll help you. Here's the key, but please don't disturb the professor's things.
Tell me about the professor.
I'd like to know a bit more about your professors.
What do you want to know?
Tell me about Westerbrook.
I want to know more about Westerbrook.
He's the head of our department. He's been here for, well, at least 30 years. He's one of the longest-serving staff we have. As you've already seen, he's particularly interested in the wild beast that recently appeared in our city.
Yeah, that's quite the unique fauna you have there.
I've no idea how he did it, but Mr. Throgmorton's men brought him live specimens for his research. He thinks he's on the verge of a breakthrough in evolutionary theory. A secret that, once revealed, will benefit all humankind.
Some secret should stay buried. 6 feet under.
You're not a man of science, are you? It's not about why. It's about what if.
Tell me about Professor Cavendish.
What can you tell me about Professor Cavendish?
He's one of the most brilliant teachers we have here. A PhD at only 25. Just imagine. His biochemistry studies are second to none. Worthy of a Nobel Prize. If he could complete his work.
What's his problem?
I don't know. There's some kind of family trouble. It's made him standoffish and irritable, and easily distracted. I hope he gets through whatever he's going through. We need his talent, especially in these dark times.
I'll see you later.
Professor Edwin Westbrook. Nice place. Hold on a minute. Okay, Westbrook. Authorized personnel only. Ah, here's my authorization.
These bottles look exactly the same as the one with the poison.
Yeah. Draft of an article. Brothers and sisters, crossed out. Too familiar. My fellow Americans, crossed out. They are Americans too. Citizens of Oakmont, how much longer will we put up with those fish-faced basts, crossed out. Those sea freaks, crossed out. How much longer will we put up with this? Those K-forsaken degenerates who call themselves the EOD, crossed out. Oh. Really? Not going to say anything about it? Ah.
This should be good enough to make a decent copy.
Guards freedom and Unity ranks are swelling. George Cavendish made a spare key. Westbrook has access to poison. George Cavendish, professor at Oakmont University, is the poison thief. He made himself a copy of the key to the poison locker. According to his students, he lives somewhere in Advent. Large quantities of possibly poisoned fish have already been distributed to the city's poorer citizens. Remind me about Rison.
Can you fill me in on ricin again?
Of course. What do you need to know?
Antidote?
There's some kind of cure for ricin?
I'm afraid not. Once it's in your system, it's a death sentence.
What are the symptoms?
How can you tell if someone's been poisoned with ricin?
The symptoms take several days to develop. At first, it's like a common cold. But over several days, well, it develops into hemorrhage, internal organ failure, and death. It's not a pleasant way to die.
I'll see you later.
Okay, so he's in Advent somewhere. Somewhere. I guess I can go to City Hall. See if there's a record. What's this place? Hospital? I remember just seeing a hospital on the map. CW, my dearest comfort, if my scrawl is a legible scribble, forgive me. The shock of what I have delivered from the poor young woman's womb has affected my nerves. Her guttural screams still ring in my ears, and her birth tragedy lurks near where I hide. My attendant had not been attacked first. I would have certainly shared her fate. The wriggling abomination that erupted from the waste belly leapt from her body and attached itself to the nurse's throat with a wet smacking sound. Pulled behind it, the taut umbilical cord tore out the placenta in an eruption of bright blood that soaked my gown. Stunned, I looked into the mother's bulging eyes as she convulsed, the bit of her tongue between clenched grinding teeth. Falling backward in horror, I crawled behind a medical cabinet in the operating theater. I can now hear the sloshing movement of the afterbirth sliding across the floor as the terrible infant silently approaches. I write this account on my surgical mask with this 30 pen you gifted me last year from the Oakmont Commons. May it now serve faithfully as my only weapon against the deformed babe. Sincere thanks, Sebastian. Ooh, I gained a knowledge point, huh? It's been a long time since I've gotten one. Carry 7 more pistol rounds. Carry 6 more revolver rounds, 3 more rifle rounds, 1 more first aid kit. Oh. Vitality increases, falling from heights. There we go. The little toddler got away too. I saw it. Also, footprints go downstairs. This away, and then this away. Oh, is my sanity going? I went downstairs. Then outside. Guy's giving himself head. And actually, why don't we stop it there? This is Audapostrophe. You've been watching The Sinking City on Nintendo Switch. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.